Long before history learned to write itself, before borders were drawn and nations named, there was a story so vast that it called itself Itihasa. Thus indeed it happened. This is the Mahabharata, a story not about good versus evil, but about duty versus desire, justice versus survival, and the unbearable weight of choice. Part 1. The Birth of a Kingdom. The story begins in Hastinapura, the capital of the Kuru dynasty. King Shantanu rules wisely, but destiny soon complicates his lineage. Through a series of vows, sacrifices, and tragic losses, power eventually rests in the hands of Bhishma, a prince who renounces the throne and marriage to protect the kingdom's stability. Bhishma's terrible vow ensures peace, but it also ensures future suffering. The throne later passes to King Pandu, who fathers 5 sons, the Pandavas. Through divine blessings, Yudhishthira, born of Dharma, embodies justice. Bhima, born of the wind god, embodies strength. Arjuna, born of Indra, embodies skill and focus. Nakula and Sahadeva, born of the Ashvins, embody beauty and wisdom. Meanwhile, Pandu's blind brother Dhritarashtra fathers 100 sons, the Kauravas, led by Duryodhana, ambitious and resentful. 2 families, 1 throne, and a future already trembling. Part 2. Childhood, rivalry, and poisoned bonds. The Pandavas and Kauravas grow up together, trained by the same teachers, playing in the same courtyards. But talent breeds jealousy. Arjuna's brilliance overshadows everyone. Duryodhana's heart fills with bitterness. There are early attempts to eliminate the Pandavas, poisoning, traps, and finally, a palace made of lacquer meant to burn them alive. The Pandavas escape, but exile becomes their first lesson. Virtue does not protect you from injustice. Part 3. Draupadi and the Seeds of Disaster. In exile, the Pandavas attend a grand contest where Draupadi, a princess born of fire, chooses Arjuna as her husband. Through fate and circumstance, she becomes the wife of all 5 brothers, a decision that will later shake the moral foundations of the epic. When the Pandavas return and reclaim part of the kingdom, peace is uneasy but possible. Until the game of dice. Part 4. The Dice Game, when Dharma breaks. Duryodhana invites Yudhishthira to gamble. Yudhishthira knows it is wrong. But as a king, he cannot refuse. He loses everything, his wealth, his kingdom, his brothers, himself, and finally, Draupadi. Dragged into the royal court, humiliated, questioned. Draupadi asks the most dangerous question of the epic. Did you lose yourself first, or me? No one answers. In this silence, Dharma collapses. Though divine intervention saves her dignity, the damage is irreversible. The Pandavas are exiled for 13 years in which war quietly prepares itself. Part 5. The Failure of Peace. After exile, the Pandavas ask for 5 villages. Not a kingdom, not revenge, just 5 villages. Duryodhana refuses. At this moment, war becomes inevitable, not because peace was impossible, but because pride was stronger. Part 6. Kurukshetra, the battlefield of the world. Armies gather from every land. Teachers face students, cousins face cousins, brothers face brothers. On one side stand the Pandavas, supported by Krishna. On the other, the Kauravas, led by Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. Men of immense virtue bound by loyalty to the wrong cause. As the conches sound, Arjuna breaks. Part 7. The Bhagavad Gita, philosophy in the face of death. Arjuna drops his bow. He cannot fight. He sees not enemies, but loved ones. Krishna speaks, not as a commander, but as a teacher. He reveals that the body dies, but the soul does not. Action is unavoidable. One must perform duty without attachment to results. This is not a call to violence. It is a call to responsibility. Arjuna rises, not because war is good, but because inaction is also a choice. Part 8. The War, victory without joy. The war lasts 18 days. Heroes fall. Bhishma, pierced by arrows, chooses the moment of his death. Drona, broken by grief. Karna, noble yet doomed by fate and loyalty. Rules are bent. Ethics are compromised. Even righteousness bleeds. When the war ends, the Pandavas stand victorious, surrounded by silence. Part 9. Aftermath, the weight of survival. The kingdom is reclaimed, but joy never returns. Yudhishthira is consumed by guilt. Draupadi mourns her children. The land is haunted by loss. Victory tastes like ashes. Now let's close the topic. The Mahabharata does not promise moral clarity. It promises truth, that life is complex, that duty wounds, that justice is fragile, that even gods struggle with choice. And that is why this ancient epic still lives. Because it does not tell us what to think, it teaches us how to struggle with being human. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share.